Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to talk about something very boring, but something we need to talk about. We're going to talk about money. We're going to talk about my latest trip to Sweden and how much the cost was for this trip. I ride a Royal Enfield Himalayan 411. I camp in nature, so wild camping, and I don't sleep in hotels and stuff like that on a week trip like this one. So that is to keep the cost down. When I take ferries, I try to take the cheapest route, and that means that sometimes I have to take the ferry very late or very early, but that is to save costs. If we start out with fuel, that is one of the big ones on this trip, but that was 65.5 euro for this trip. So it's not that expensive. I drove around 1600 kilometers on this trip, so that's okay. Gas is pretty expensive in Europe, but in Sweden it is a bit cheaper than Norway and Denmark. Food. I brought most of the food from home. I packed everything up in little Ziploc bags, and just bought all that I needed from home. So that was kind of cheap. I had breakfast on the ferry home, so that was expensive, and I went to Burger King once. But the total cost of food for this trip was 48 euros. Then there is all the small things you grab along the way on gas stations and convenience stores and all this snacks. I am a snacker, so that is it's hard for me to not snack. And I also had a couple of beers while I was up there on the campsite at night. But that ended up costing me 55 euros for the entire trip. Then there's ferries. I took 3 ferries. I took this small ferry in Denmark to get to the big ferry to Sweden, and I took the ferry home, of course. As I said before, I traveled on the cheapest possible route and time, but that was 97 euros. So that was actually one of the most expensive things on this trip. On the trip, I visited 2 stores. I went by a Biltema. You can't drive past a Biltema, you have to go in. My belt broke, so I needed a new one, so that's why I went in there, because I knew they could deliver. I also went to a store called Byggmax to buy some firewood for one of the evenings where it was really cold, and that was 20 euros on this trip. So yeah. I also bought some things like gas for my stove and some other small things, and that added up to another 20 euros. So the total cost of my Swedish adventure was 293 euros for 7 days in Sweden, including ferries, food, gas, everything. And that is around 42, almost 42 euros a day traveling this. These numbers do not include things like maintenance, chain loop and stuff like that. So if you need to travel for longer periods, then you need to add some money for maintenance, new tires, whatever you need. But for a week trip, well, there isn't any maintenance on the bike. It should have been done from home. So that is not something that I calculate into a trip like this. That is everything I used for a week. I could maybe save some more on snacks or anything like that, but I still think it's quite a cheap way to travel, and it's been a very cheap trip for me. So the next time I think I will travel by land and see if I can keep up the cheap traveling costs. Maybe it will be more expensive, maybe cheaper, but I do think that if I were to travel for more than a week, I would need to stay somewhere where I could charge up my stuff, because power was an issue on my trip. So that was it for money on this small Sweden trip. The next thing I am going to do is to mount these pannier racks on the bike, and mount the new unbox and mount the new soft panniers I bought. So that will be the next video. I also have some reviews coming up of some pants I'm going to buy. So that's a cliffhanger. And let me know in the comments if there's anything that you would like to see. Do you want me to show more of my gear, or yeah, what would you like? So yeah, see you later, and please like and subscribe. That would be nice.
Black beard and borders, he rides through the storm. No clue where he's going, but his heart keeps him warm. He's building a house, not of wood, but of stone. A place deep inside where he'll call it his home.